All right, hello everyone. All right, so in this video, I just wanted to mention a few things about the if statement. All right, so we know this is our structure. This is the structure of the if statement, right? We have our if clause, we have the two parentheses, our curly braces. All right, so let's just try a simple example. If two is if 2 is not equal to 5, right, then display a message sorry, my typing. Display a message saying that yes, 2 is not equal to 5. Compile this, run, and it says yes, 2 is not equal to 5. So it's working. Now remember, I kind of touched on the fact that if there's only one line of code, okay, in your curly braces, right, then you don't need your curly braces, right? You can basically do away with them, and this still works. This is still considered a valid code, right? It's not going to give you an error if you have one line of code. Compile this and then run it, and we can see it's still working. But the thing is, you can encounter problems with this, and I'll point that out in a future video. My advice is, even if you have one line of code, always surround your statement with curly braces, just like this. Even if you have one line of code, right? If you have one line of code, that's fine. You can do away with it. But my advice is always use curly braces, and you see why in a future video. Another thing is, because you can remember we talked about white space in your program. Some people have one line of code in one conditionally executed code. Okay, this code is conditionally executed. It's executed based on this condition, whether it's true or false. So you can have some people have if statements having exactly one conditionally executed statement, right? And because they like to save space, they kind of put everything on one line this way, right? Just to save space and have everything looking kind of on one line. And this is also going to work, right? So people do that. So if that's something you want to do, you can. And because you don't have to have these curly braces if it's one line of code, you don't have to have them. You can do away with them too, and it's going to look. This is also going to work well. Compile this, right, and it's going to work well. All right, so let's go back. All right, also when you're indenting your if statements, the structure of it, remember we talked about indentation. You always make sure that the content or your conditionally executed statements are always indented, right, in the curly braces, okay, after the if clause, okay, after the if clause. So in Dr. Java, there is if you go to preferences, most IDEs have this. If you go to preferences, you can set the indentation level. I believe it's somewhere here. All right. So in Dr. Java, if you go to miscellaneous and you go to the indent level, I've set it's 2 by default, but I set mine to 4. This is the number of spaces it should indent when you hit the tab key, or when it's automatically indenting your code. So basically, it's using 4 spaces to indent anytime I hit the tab key, or when it's automatically indenting your code. So, for example, if I take this up here and I hit enter, it's going to automatically indent 4 spaces here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to go in 4 by default because I've changed that setting to 4. You can also use spaces, but it can be tiresome doing that. It's better to have it automatically do it for you. Or you can just hit the tab key. When you hit the tab key, it's going to move 4 spaces to to the right, if you're having something like that, right? Okay, tab key will take you right there. Tab key. All right, so that's also another thing to just do, just to keep your code organized. All right, so this is just what I wanted to point out. I'll mention why I said it's always a good idea to surround your curly braces to surround your conditionally executed statement with curly braces, even if it's one line of code. Okay. All right. If you have any questions about this, please comment down below, and I'll do everything to respond to them. Thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time with the next video. All right then, bye bye.